Ellie stood at the threshold of the Intergalactic Academy of Geminis, her heart racing with a cocktail of anticipation and anxiety. The Academy, renowned across galaxies for its advanced curricula and diverse student body, was a towering structure of gleaming metal and shimmering glass floating gracefully above the planet's surface on a cushion of anti-gravitational fields. As Ellie took her first steps into the academy, her arrival was heralded by the whirring of small drones, capturing the momentous occasion. These drones were part of the school's welcoming committee, tasked with documenting the integration of new species, a rare event that attracted much attention. The main hallway of the academy was a marvel of alien architecture, with high vaulted ceilings and walls that seemed to pulse with a gentle, iridescent light. The floor was a translucent material through which one could see the clouds drifting below, giving the unsettling yet thrilling sensation of walking on air. Students from various planets mingled in groups, their forms ranging from the bipedal and humanoid to the more exotic, like beings of pure energy or those composed of swirling gaseous forms. Their conversations, a mix of audible sounds and telepathic exchanges, created a symphony of interstellar dialects. Ellie, a human girl clad in a simple blue uniform that contrasted with the more flamboyant attire of her peers, felt her difference more acutely than ever. Her light brown hair and pale skin were plain in comparison to her classmates, who sported scales, feathers, or even crystalline structures. As she navigated through the crowd, Ellie encountered curious stares and cautious greetings. Some students pointed discreetly, whispering in languages she couldn't understand. A small group of Yitrian students, known for their empathic abilities, sent waves of calming energy towards her, sensing her nervousness. The school's AI, a kindly voice that resonated softly through a bracelet each student wore, guided Ellie to her first class. "Welcome, Ellie," the AI intoned, its voice soothing. "Your first class is in quantum linguistics in room Gamma 5. I am here to assist you should you need directions or any help settling in." Ellie's schedule was a carefully curated mix designed to gradually acclimate her to the complexities of life at the academy. Her first class was filled with other species who were also considered new to the cosmopolitan educational environment, making her feel slightly less isolated. As the first human to walk the halls of this prestigious institution, Ellie was not just a student. She was a pioneer. Her journey at the academy promised not just an education, but a bridge-building mission between her world and the stars beyond. Every step she took was watched, every interaction an opportunity to foster understanding or mistrust. Thus began Ellie's journey in the cosmic melting pot of Geminis, her presence a ripple in the vast ocean of interstellar academia, destined to grow into a wave of change. Ellie's integration into the bustling academic life of the Intergalactic Academy of Geminis was akin to a terrestrial diving into the deep sea, bewildering, pressure-filled, and utterly fascinating. As days turned into weeks, Ellie found herself immersed in a curriculum that stretched the limits of her earth-bound education. She tackled subjects that ranged from theoretical physics applied through fourth-dimensional space to advanced xenobiology, dissecting life forms that would have seemed fictional on Earth. Despite the academic rigor, it was the interpersonal dynamics that proved the most taxing. Ellie noticed that her human perspective was often at odds with the common galactic viewpoints. During interactive sessions, her suggestions or ideas were sometimes met with raised eyebrows, or whatever facial expressions her classmates' species could muster. The pivotal moment came during a seminar on universal history. The class delved into the histories of various civilizations across the galaxies, discussing their contributions to science, culture, and politics. When the lecturer, a renowned historian from the planet Zephyr, casually mentioned the Terra Wars, a series of conflicts centered around Earth as a latecomer to the galactic scene, some students muttered that it exemplified the primitive and contentious nature of humans. Feeling a sting from such comments, Ellie gathered her courage to address the room. Standing up, she cleared her throat, her voice steady despite the fluttering in her stomach. "While it's true that humanity has had its share of conflicts," Ellie began, "it's also a species rich in diversity, creativity, and resilience. Our history isn't just about wars, it's about overcoming them, about art, innovation, and reaching out to learn from others, much like what I'm doing here." Her speech was met with silence initially. But then a slow murmur of assent began to build. A few nods from different corners of the room encouraged her, and a tentacled hand from a student from Octern raised in acknowledgement. The professor, sensing the shift in the classroom's atmosphere, steered the discussion towards the benefits of diverse perspectives in galactic harmony. From that day forward, Ellie's classmates began to see her in a new light. They were more open in their interactions, asking about Earth's cultures, its music, and its landscapes. Ellie, in turn, became more assertive in sharing her thoughts and more patient in understanding her peers' complex backgrounds. This challenging episode marked a turning point for Ellie. She had not only defended her heritage, but had also opened a dialogue about respect and understanding among different cultures. Her small victory in the classroom was a testament to her growing role as a bridge between her human background and the interstellar community of Geminis. As the seasons shifted on the planet Geminis, marking time in a dance of light and shadow across the sky, Ellie found her rhythm in the flow of academic and social life at the Intergalactic Academy. Her bold stand in the Universal History class had broken the ice, but it was her day-to-day interactions that slowly wove her into the fabric of the student community. One particular friendship began to take root in a setting that was less formal but just as intense as the classroom: the Intergalactic Relations Club. The club, a melting pot of students passionate about diplomacy and peace-building across galaxies, was where Ellie met Tazal, a Martian whose sharp intellect was matched by a disarming sense of humor. Tazal, with their bright green skin and eyes that sparkled like twin stars, approached Ellie one afternoon as she was reviewing notes for an upcoming exam. "You know, for a human, you have quite the galactic viewpoint," Tazal joked, sliding next to her on the bench. "Ever thought about using that to teach some of these old stars new tricks?" Their camaraderie blossomed quickly, fueled by shared interests and mutual respect. Tazal introduced Ellie to Martian philosophy, a complex system of thought that emphasized balance and interconnectedness, which resonated deeply with Ellie's own views on life. Together, they became a dynamic duo in the club, spearheading initiatives that encouraged dialogue and collaboration among different species. One of their major projects was the organization of the first-ever Unity Festival, designed to celebrate and showcase the rich cultural diversity of the Academy's student body. The festival planning was a colossal task, demanding coordination with beings from different biological realities. Some needed atmospheres composed of ammonia, while others thrived in high gravity. Ellie and Tazal navigated these complexities with a blend of enthusiasm and meticulous planning, setting up environmental pods and gravity adjusters to accommodate all attendees. The night of the festival was a riot of colors, sounds, and flavors. Ellie introduced Earth music, ranging from classical symphonies to pulsating electronic beats, while Tazal orchestrated a display of Martian sand art, a mesmerizing form of storytelling using colored sands and magnetic fields to create shifting images. Their efforts were met with overwhelming appreciation. Students who had never spoken to each other shared meals and danced together, their differences set aside in the shared joy of the festival. Ellie and Tazal watched the festivities, a sense of accomplishment filling them as they saw barriers melt away under the universal language of art and celebration. This friendship, born out of a shared vision for a united interstellar community, not only enriched Ellie's experience, but also set a new standard for how students interacted at the Academy. It was a testament to the power of open hearts and minds in building bridges across stars. The Unity Festival had become a cornerstone event at the Intergalactic Academy of Geminis, a symbol of the school's commitment to fostering a deeply interconnected and respectful student body. Ellie and Tazal's project had sparked a new tradition, one that highlighted the beauty and potential of harmonious interspecies relationships. Weeks after the festival, as the excitement settled into a pleasant memory, the impact of their efforts continued to ripple through the Academy. Ellie found herself more integrated than ever, her days filled with lively exchanges and collaborative projects with students from across the galaxy. One day, as the golden light of Geminis's twin suns streamed through the panoramic windows of the classroom, Miss Zeraphine, the headmistress of the Academy, made an unexpected visit. A figure of great wisdom and respect, her appearance in any class invariably signaled something of significance. Today, her bright eyes twinkled with a mysterious sense of purpose as she asked to speak with Ellie and Tazal after their lecture. In her office, surrounded by relics and artifacts from countless worlds, Miss Zeraphine expressed her appreciation for their initiative with the Unity Festival. "Your efforts have not only enriched our Academy's culture, but have also shown what young minds like yours can achieve when driven by unity and understanding," she began, her voice echoing softly around the room. Then came the revelation. Miss Zeraphine announced the establishment of a new scholarship program inspired by Ellie's journey and the success of the Unity Festival. This program was designed to support students from underrepresented species and backgrounds, ensuring that the Academy's doors would open even wider to the cosmos's diverse inhabitants. "Ellie, your presence here has been a catalyst for change. You've shown us the power of inclusion and the deep, often untapped potential of interspecies learning and cooperation. This scholarship, in many ways, is a continuation of the path you have helped forge," Miss Zeraphine explained. Ellie felt a surge of pride and humility wash over her. The thought that her time at the Academy could lead to such a lasting impact was overwhelming. Tazal, ever the supportive friend, squeezed her shoulder, a grin spreading across their face. The news of the scholarship spread quickly, and the campus buzzed with renewed energy and hope. Students from backgrounds that had once seemed too obscure or distant for the Academy now saw a beacon of opportunity in what Ellie and Tazal had accomplished. As the academic year progressed, Ellie watched as the first recipients of the scholarship arrived, their eyes wide with the same blend of excitement and nervousness she had felt on her first day. She knew then that her legacy at the Academy would be more than just her academic records. It would be the doors she had opened for others to dream and achieve in a galaxy that was learning to embrace its diversity. Years had passed since Ellie first walked the corridors of the Intergalactic Academy of Geminus as a pioneer, the first human to be part of its diverse student body. Now, she returned not as a student, but as an honored guest and ambassador of Earth, invited to speak at the Academy's graduation ceremony. The campus had transformed in the intervening years, with new buildings and expanded facilities to accommodate the growing number of students from previously underrepresented species. The scholarship program inspired by Ellie's influence had flourished, becoming a cornerstone of the Academy's mission to foster interstellar unity and understanding. As Ellie walked through the now familiar hallways, she was struck by the vibrant mix of students. The air was filled with a cacophony of languages and the harmonious buzz of intercultural exchanges. Artwork and projects displayed around the campus reflected a wide array of planetary aesthetics and philosophies, a testament to the broadened horizons of the Academy's curriculum. At the graduation ceremony, Ellie stood at the podium, looking out over a sea of faces from dozens of worlds. Her heart swelled with a mix of pride and nostalgia as she began her speech. "When I first arrived here," she reminisced, "I could never have imagined the journey that lay ahead. Not just my own, but ours, as a community committed to building bridges across the stars." She spoke of her initial fears and challenges, her friendship with Tazal, and the unforgettable Unity Festival that had sparked a tradition now integral to the Academy's culture. "It was here that I learned the true strength of diversity, not just surviving, but thriving through the sharing of our differences and the celebration of our common goals." Ellie's message resonated deeply with the graduates, many of whom had benefited directly from the changes she had helped initiate. Her words inspired them to carry forward the lessons of cooperation and inclusiveness as they prepared to embark on their own journeys in the wider universe. The ceremony concluded with a standing ovation for Ellie, who felt overwhelmed by the warmth and respect shown by the Academy's community. As the applause died down, Miss Zeraphine joined her on stage to unveil a plaque dedicated to Ellie, to be placed in the school's newly established Hall of Changemakers. The inscription read, "In honor of Ellie, whose courage and compassion opened new horizons for us all." After the ceremony, Ellie mingled among the students and faculty, sharing stories and laughter, her legacy evident in the thriving, dynamic culture around her. The Unity Festival continued to be celebrated annually, each year adding new traditions from the galaxy's expanding tapestry of life. Ellie's journey had begun as a solitary venture into the unknown, but it had seeded a legacy of inclusion and understanding that would endure for generations. The Intergalactic Academy of Geminis stood as a beacon of hope and unity, a place where the smallest steps toward understanding could indeed lead to giant leaps for intergalactic harmony.